hypothetically, based on per room, about 2 to 3 scares per room. Hypothetically, if I had to count, it must have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just about 12 rooms, especially that last section if you consider the hallway rooms. This is probably a wrong number. That's okay. I'm not using ChatGPT. I'm just going off of my mind, all right? The JSD in a hypothetical sense is probably like Florida Man! Hello guys, welcome back to another Florida Man video. I'm Trevor, this is Marissa. We are here bright and early at Universal Studios for the Unmasking the Horror Tour. Now you may be asking yourself, Florida Man, what is this quote-unquote Unmasking the Horror Tour? You've been at Horror Nights for 8 days now. This is getting ridiculous. I thought this was going to be like one of those times where you upload 2 videos, disappear for a year. I thought it was too. This is day 9. So the Unmasking the Horror Tour is a behind-the-scenes daytime tour of either 3 houses or there is a 6-house tour. This is a guided tour with about a group of 8 to 10 people. The 3-house tour starts about $99. The 6-house tour is about $150, and it does vary on each day. But before we jump into any of this, we gotta get ourselves caffeinated because I am dying. Not to quote Adam the Lou, but we got the piping hot pumpkin cream cold brew. It's good. So when you guys have the Unmasking the Tour, previous years it used to be over where Men in Black is. Unfortunately, Men in Black is going through minor construction. So what you got to do is head over to the VIP section. Let me show you where that is. As you are approaching the Halloween Horror Nights arch, you will see it to the right under the good old-fashioned Terrifier poster. There's a sign for Unmasking the Horror Check-In. Follow the sign, and through the arch you will see Unmasking the Horror Check-In right where the VIP is. If you guys are doing VIP tours, this is the same exact location that you would use to check in there. After you guys check in, you do go upstairs for the VIP. I've never been here before, so this is a first. They have it all decked out for Horror Nights. Now this is a little treat. So this is from last year. We have the triplets costume, or a little backlit, as well as the Queen. And then this was from Monstros. They've done this previous years, but it is such a treat to see old costumes. I love this. With the 3-house tour and the 6-house tour, you get a special pin and a lanyard. So the pin is marked with 2025, and it looks like it's some sort of cocktail with a few eyeballs in there. This is so neat. And they also give you recording devices. You can bring your own headphones. They come with the usual headphone jack, but if you don't bring it, they bring one for you. I highly recommend getting here 30 minutes early, check in. Definitely, if you guys have an annual pass, they can scan it before, so when you're done your tour, you can just go right into the park. If you don't have an annual pass or you don't have a day ticket, they'll actually just ask you to leave with them. But this is a really fun experience. We've done this a handful of times. We've done the 6-house tour, which includes lunch. The 3-house tour is also nice. The 3-house tour is about 3 hours. The 6-house tour is just a hair over 6, so it is a lot of walking. These houses do get cold on the inside. They do pump the AC, so if you're a Floridian that hates the cold, bring a hoodie. You can also bring little flashlights, but usually the flashlight on your phone works the best. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring you guys along. I'm not going to record in the houses, but I'm going to take pictures, and then between the two kind of talk to you guys about what we learned and what we've seen. We just got out of the 3-house tour. What a fantastic tour, guys. It was about 3 hours, and we got to see Grave of Flesh, Let's Play Dolls, and Hatchet and Chains.
Let's play dolls.
Let's play dolls. Let's play dead. Let's play dead. As I said, you guys can take pictures in these houses. There are certain rooms which the guide will kind of tell you, hey, this is a pictures down section, but pretty much 90% of the house you can take pictures of. So as I'm talking about these houses, I'm going to show some of the pictures that I took. It's fun for me because I can finally show you guys what's inside these houses. This entire video series I've been like, we did this house, we did this house. So you can actually see what we're seeing inside the houses. Now, if you don't want to spoil the houses, I would probably say don't watch this. But if you're interested in kind of like the lore that the creative team put behind them, I'll try to explain it the best that I can. The first house we did was Grave of the Flesh. Now, the podcast was one thing, this house is a completely other, but the entire premise behind this house is that you are already dead. You start out in Hellmouth Cemetery, which is a play on words for Hellmouth, because that's kind of where you're sort of going. You're kind of interacting with a grave digger that doesn't see you, so it sets the illusion that you're already dead. The team did a great job as making you go in the ground, you see your own grave. The one funny thing that I like is that you see your grave and then you see that kind of green tent that they put over it when they're digging your grave. As you weave in and out of the ground, you'll see a lot of skeletons, and then eventually get to kind of like a weird catacomb. You'll start to see these weird pods, and they'll start to glow, shake, and as you go past that, you are then kind of met with what they call a bone grinder. So the whole premise is these flesh eaters are tearing you apart, and at this point you are just a pile of bones and you're being turned into this black mush. This black mush could be seen later on during the house during this really cool labyrinth staircase scene. It basically alludes that you're in like purgatory or hell, that there's no real direction, that there's stairs leading to nothing, and then you're greeted by this kind of section where you're supposed to go upstairs, but you just cut through them. Grave of the Flesh is a house that you kind of walk through at first. You're like, okay, it's a basic Horror Nights house, but it really plays with the idea that you're dead and what's the process of that. You end the way that you start, so it's almost as if you're going through perpetual limbo. They do a really good job playing around with the scene design of this house, playing around with the skeletons of this house. I really come away with a better appreciation after doing the tour. I don't want to spoil the tour too much, but Grave of Flesh is definitely one of those houses that the creative team took a very small idea and expanded upon it to the point that by the end of the house, it's kind of become its own thing, and they have to bring you back to the original concept. So the team did a phenomenal job. The design of that house is great, especially early on in the cemetery, and then you go underground. They did a really, really fun job.
Okay, the story behind Dolls Let's Play Dead, you're following the story of Lila, who is basically designed after all the studies showed about serial killers. So there's three main things you're gonna go through at the house. Serial killers, when they're young, they destroy their toys. That's the first sign. Then it usually ramps up into animals. And then also a sign is wetting the bed. There's a bed scene, but the whole story is basically you're a toy in Lila's house and you're subjected to the torture of a young serial killer.
And the last key factor is torturing animals, which, as I've said before, I thought it was the cat, but no, it was the rat, which again you see later on in the house. Last but not least is HHN. It's probably the most detailed house. Essentially, this woman, they're building a train station in the town. This woman is a big Karen. She's like, I don't want the train. No trade, I will summon the demons, and the demons come out, and they kind of have a comedic design where they took demon possession as they literally have to insert themselves inside them, so they're tearing apart people's jaws, shoving themselves in, but because they're demons, they're lava demons, they break the skin and they're kind of like falling apart, and it's like a costume that they're wearing. The detail in this house is really well done. Essentially we see the Wendy effect, which they take string lights, cover it with insulation, and then paint it, and it creates like this lava or coal effect. There's certain parts in the house that you feel like the floor races up. Be sure to look down because there's a lot of cool effects with that. And additionally, the train effect is really cool. There's a subliminal love plot between two characters in the house. There's one lady, as you're going through the shootout scene, look up to the top right, you'll see her in a blue dress. Later on, you see a guy that is dead wearing kind of like a blue handkerchief that's supposed to symbolize that blue dress. On the note, there is a reference to Abigail, and then the guy's name is Arthur. So if you can make that connection, perfect. If not, don't worry about it. One of the original ideas for this house was that a demon was losing his skin suit. So to help preserve it, he kind of shoved himself in a oven, and you can actually see the scare actor right as you're seeing the train. If you see the train in front of you, he's going to pop out to the left. There you go. So really cool house. It's very cute, very fun. But in any event, let's start doing some houses. You guys know I've done WWE a good bit. Would you believe that there are two new scares that I found in that house? One is in Mercy's room. A guy comes out, and then one's in the Firefly cartoon room. Never seen that one before. This is why you gotta go as like a million times. You gotta experience the house in all their beauty. Here's a little stupid update. They are projecting Terrifier over the exit of Terrifier. Next up, with Avery's method, we're jumping into Five Nights at Freddy. Now you may be asking yourself, Florida Man, why WWE first? The reason why you do WWE first is while you're in line for WWE, 5 Nights Express is getting eaten. So that way you can jump in and just shoot through Express. Right now it's at a 180-minute wait. So Express is definitely the way to go tonight. Guys, we are popping them off 5 nights. Another great run. Jumping into Grave of Flesh, which is fun because we just did it for the 3 House tour. It's really fun to do the house after you've done the tour. I really recommend try to do the house first. That way when you do the tour, you kind of have an idea what this characters are, what this characters look like. Because during the tour, they do reference this characters a lot. It's like almost like someone talking about a movie that you haven't seen. Sorry, wind tunnel. Next up, Terrifier. Unfortunately, bad news, guys. Terrifier continues to be impressive. We did the wet path. They definitely looked like they upped the jets. There was a part that literally just looked like someone's hose was just like blasting.
I got wet again.
Yeah, it was a fun one. So let's see what other damage we can get done today. The Avery method is rolling. Avery, how's your method? He says nothing. Evidently my theory is correct, guys. Unfortunately, because we mobbed Art the Clown, he's not showing up in certain locations, one of which is Finnegan's, which is insanely disappointing.
Why does your camera look orange?
I don't know. Why do we look orange? We wrapped up El Artista, a very good run. That house is so beautifully done. The jump scare density is a little kind of low, but that's okay. The scares are beautiful. The actors doing a great job. The gargoyle part is amazing. Next up, probably one of my favorite houses of the year, Jason. Now, we just got out of Jason. Phenomenal run. Let's break down the JSD, right? We have about, hypothetically, based on per room, about 2 to 3 scares per room. Hypothetically, if I had to count, it must have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just about 12 rooms, especially that last section if you consider the hallway rooms. This is probably a wrong number. That's okay. I'm not using ChatGPT. I'm just going off of my mind, all right? The JSD in a hypothetical sense is probably like 43 over 12. So there's a number there for you. That's a scary house. There's like 1,000,001 cast members. So yeah. The sun has officially set and the crowds are rolling in. It's Friday night and it is looking busy. Usually Fridays are a little slow. I think people expect it that Fridays will be busier. Today, it's proven the case. Let's knock out Galkin and Fallout. Express Pass isn't kind of like pay to win. Express Pass is a gamble. It depends on how many other people also buy Express Pass. If there's a night that not a lot of people get Express Pass and you get it, you'll tear up the houses like crazy. If there's a night that the wait times are high, a lot more people are gonna buy Express and you're gonna get lines like that. And even with Express, you will be waiting 30 minutes, 40 minutes, sometimes even an hour. Great run through Galkin, but we're skipping Fallout. That line for Express is just not worth it in my opinion. Kind of sucks if you're paying all that money and you're still waiting that long. I don't know. The team members, you guys are doing a good job. It's just a lot of people are doing it. And not for nothing, that house just isn't worth it to me. I don't know. Like if you could get a low wait time on it, cool. If it's like 2 hours, an hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, I wouldn't do it. Dolls, unfortunately, is delayed. Marissa is devastated.
Darn. Not that one. What a shame.
So we're heading over to HHN Chains now. We got super lucky with good seats for Nightmare Fuel. During this show, they actually do come down the aisles right here. There's two, the Fuel Girls come down. So if you get near the aisles, you guys are gonna get a good interaction with the Fuel Girls. Guys, you wouldn't understand the freaking mayhem in Louis, but look what we got. We got the child, the lad. Let me show you guys the little cupcake. This little cutie is a $12 cupcake, very large. Raspberry filling for the icing, chocolate cannoli at the bottom. Marissa got a effing monstrosity. This is everything pizza. Guys, look how appetizing that is. Yes, that is spaghetti on top.
Why not have both?
It is something. Let's dive in. Is it good? Ah, no! To understand the cross-hatching of this monstrosity, you have a cannoli filling in the chocolate. See that little bar? That's your raspberry. And then you have a mountain, I repeat, a mountain of icing. Honestly, it's pretty dang good. I dissected it. I am eating around the raspberry because I just don't like raspberry. But Marissa, what do you think?
My face is probably covered in. This is so good. This works. I don't get it. It's so stupid, but it's really good. The crust is like garlic bread, so it just feels like you're eating portable spaghetti. It's portable spaghetti.
This is nuts. You know, in school, when you have to like dissect a frog, inside Louis, it literally looks like everyone's at different stages of dissecting the cupcake. Everyone's like hunched over, like just like mutilating the cupcake in different ways. It's so big, you don't eat it like a normal cupcake. You just kind of have to like do surgery on this stupid thing. Right now, the New York Scare Zone is changing out. Look how many, this is all scare actors. They really invested their time and energy into this event. Look at this guy, here he comes, whee! Look how many people there are. These are all scare actors. Unbelievable. All in all, cupcake was good. I don't think I'd get it again. I would still recommend it though. I think it's just a lot. Let's see what other trouble we can get into. Hey, how are you? Can I do the carrot cake? No, that's all? Guys, I'm sorry, we had to get it again. Fried carrot cake, this thing is stupid. Damn, stupid good. Like, let's just, Universal, I beg of you. Please keep this in some capacity. Maybe bring it back for Christmas. That would be a beautiful treat. It is so stupid good. This has to be the best dessert that you guys came up with in a very, very long time. I've spent more times in the Minion Cafe than the average human being. I can comfortably say it is heaven on earth. I love Minions Cafe. Minions Cafe review.
I couldn't finish my carrot cake and I'm sad.
It's Friday night, 11 o'clock. If you guys are wondering where are your kids, they are all here for some reason. In any event, a little bit of a wait time update. We had a few delays. Jason was delayed, Dolls was delayed. It looks like they're both up now. 50 minute for Dolls, 50 for Artista, 60 for Fallout, 80 for Five Nights at Freddy's, 65 for Grave of the Flesh, 50 for Galkin, 60 for Hatchet and James, and 120 minutes for Jason. Listen, the wait times will tell you what the best house is. Alrighty kids, we're wrapping it up. We had a very, very long day. We got here at 11:30 and we are leaving at 11:30. We did the 3-house tour, which was phenomenal. Yep. We did a total of 8 houses, which was great. You can't beat that with a stick. We tried a new snack, the cupcake. That was also very good. And of course, you know me, I had to get my carrot cake.
Hey, I had the pizza. That was great.
I may add that to my list. I don't think I'm gonna try that, but you know, who's counting at this point? But in any event, we will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye. Unfortunately, there wasn't like a big overlying plot as to why she does what she does. She's essentially a I don't think I'm liking how many harnesses here. Wait a minute. Oh, I really think I'm starting to like how many harnesses here.